So tell me why Big Meech finally gets out of prison, thinking he's about to make a legendary comeback, only to get played in the worst way possible. And the biggest plot twist? Rick Ross might be the one to blame. Oh, you thought Ross was Meech's friend? Nah. Turns out, Ross was just setting him up for failure while securing his own bag. Meech's big comeback concert? Canceled. His $1 million deal with 50 Cent? Gone. And meanwhile, Rick Ross is back to promoting his own events like nothing even happened. This is a disaster. Let's break it all down. When Meech walked out of prison, he probably thought he'd slide right back into the game like he never left. But reality check, the streets had changed. One of his first big moves? Linking up with Rick Ross. Ross, of course, wasted no time throwing stacks in his face and making Meech feel like he was stepping into something big. But let's ask the real question. Why was Meech even entertaining this?
I've seen a lot of posts about the Big Meech concert getting canceled. What I'm not seeing is anybody blaming Rick Ross for this shit. Nobody is saying, yo, Rick Ross, it's your fault.
I mean, the man once ran a multi-million-dollar empire, and on top of that, 50 Cent had already put $5 million in the BMF family's pockets. So why was Meech out here acting broke and desperate? Well, turns out, Lil Meech had already blown through that money before Big Meech even got out of jail. And 50 Cent felt completely betrayed when he saw Meech linking up with Ross. I mean, let's be real. 50 literally funded Meech's son's entire acting career, helped bring BMF to life on TV, and was keeping the family fed. But Meech threw all of that away for a quick payday with Ross. And the craziest part? Meech was expecting Lil Baby to pull up to his house with a bag full of money, but Lil Baby was having none of it. Imagine thinking a rapper who was a child when you got locked up owes you money. And that's when things really started falling apart. With money drying up, Meech's situation was looking real bad. And here comes Rick Ross, seeing an opportunity for himself. Ross was out here talking big, acting like he was gonna bring Meech back to the top. He even set up a huge comeback concert, hyping it up like it was about to be the event of the year. The promo was crazy. Ross was on IG talking about February 13th, the Big Meech benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. We got Lil Baby, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Ricky Rose. This is history in the making.
Y'all don't remember when they asked me, Wack, what you think about the concert? I said, I think it's too early for dude to even be playing with anything. You need to just kick back. I said it's too early. You don't need to be doing nothing. You eliminate that, ain't none of it on in his life right now. It's too early. I said it. When they said, yo, I said, yeah, too early, you know, for him to be doing any of that shit. He need to just lay back, focus on TV, get his business right with 50. He don't need to be for none of that shit. I said, but I understand why he doing it, because he's infatuated with that rap. He always wanted to do it. He was never successful at doing it. If you eliminate him doing this, there's no him standing with Rick Ross. There's no 50 tripping. None of it. There's no exposing coming. None of it happens.
But then, hours before the show, boom, canceled. And the official statement? Due to unforeseen circumstances, tonight's show has been canceled. Refunds available at point of purchase. Just like that, Meech's big comeback was dead, and the internet went wild. People started speculating. Did 50 Cent have something to do with this? I mean, 50 had already made it clear that he was done with Meech. Wack 100 even called it out, saying, I told y'all, Meech was moving too fast. He needed to lay low, build his relationship with 50, and stay away from the rap scene. But nope, he wanted to be in the mix. Now look at him. And 50 made sure Meech knew exactly who had the last laugh. He hopped on Instagram, posting about the cancellation with the caption, I had nothing to do with this. Please stop calling my phone. Have a nice day. Happy Valentine's.
50 Cent says he gave the BMF family $5 million legal dollars, so he does not understand where the money went, how Little Meech blew it before Big Meech got out of jail, but he feels extremely betrayed after that picture got taken between Big Meech and Rick Ross after he got out of jail. Now we know Rick Ross has this song where he's like, I think I'm Big Meech. Larry Hoover, and that's the Big Meech that gets portrayed by Little Meech on the TV show BMF Power, produced by 50 Cent. And it's ironic, right? I mean, it'd be kind of easy to see why the real Big Meech would like that song by Ross, but if 50 Cent gives your family $5 million in cash, whether it's through acting. I think he was paying for acting lessons for Lil Meech. You gotta have some appreciation. And before more details unfolded, like 5 million, because people were like, oh, 50 Cent doesn't pay people, he's always suing people. Look how he paid Ghost from Power less than Mary J. Blige on Power Book. But if Lil Meech got $5 million and he's nobody except the son of somebody famous, then he definitely could have treaded carefully with this Rick Ross thing. I don't think Rick Ross even gave him $1 million for whatever they did. It was a picture, it was an event. I doubt it was $1 million. I doubt it was 500,000. I doubt it was 200,000. I think it was $100,000 or less, whatever Big Meech did for Ross, and he sold his relationship with 50 for a $100,000 picture, basically.
Pettiness level 100, but 50 wasn't done yet. He then posted a video talking about how Lil Baby and other artists pulled out of the concert, making it clear that nobody wanted to be associated with the mess. And that's when things really started spiraling. Rick Ross, that man went ghost. The same guy who was out here hyping up the concert, throwing Meech's name around, acting like he was about to change his life. Suddenly he had nothing to say. Well, actually, he did have something to say, but it wasn't about Meech. He hopped online to promote his own events instead. Biggest boss Ricky Rose just got word the Meech concert ain't happening, but 305, we still going up P. Bruh, Meech's whole career just crumbled, and Ross couldn't even fake concern for 5 seconds before moving on to talk about his car show. Fans were pissed. People started calling Ross a snake, saying he set Meech up for failure on purpose. Because let's be real, if Ross hadn't ruined Meech's relationship with 50, Meech wouldn't have even needed that concert. He could have just lived off the millions that 50 was putting on the table. But now, Meech is broke, his career is in shambles, and Ross is nowhere to be found. Whack 100 even went off saying, Rick Ross is not a friend to Meech. He knew this was gonna blow up in his face. He just wanted to prove to 50 that he could control Meech, and now look what happened. The after party is canceled, the opportunities are drying up, and Meech is out here looking crazy. And the worst part? Meech can't even go crawling back to 50, because 50 already made it clear he's done. In a since-deleted post, 50 shared text messages from Lil Meech begging him to squash the beef. Lil Meech wrote, "They just told me you unfollowed me. Now you managing Skilla Baby, and I introduced you to him first. I can't believe this, man. You act like I'm your enemy. I would take the shirt off my back for you." And 50's response? What next season, Lil Ninja? 50 Cent does not play. He even went as far as posting a fake GoFundMe page for Big Meech, saying, "Help Big Screech pay his $30,000 a month Airbnb. Shout out to quality control." Bruh, that's not even petty. That's savage. And now, Rick Ross is out here pretending nothing happened, talking about, "I want to do a real BMF movie, big budget, in theaters only. Let's get Quentin Tarantino or Antoine Fuqua to direct it." Sir, you couldn't even keep a concert together. How are you talking about a BMF movie? At this point, Meech is out here looking like the biggest L in hip-hop history. So now, here's the big question. Do y'all think Big Meech can bounce back from this? And should he have stayed loyal to 50 instead of chasing a quick bag with Ross? And most importantly, do you think Meech will eventually make Ross pay for setting him up like this? Let me know in the comments. And while you're here, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Because trust me, this drama ain't over yet. Check out this next video, because you do not want to miss what happens next.